Good morning. Today's Wednesday, February 24th. Let's take a quick look. So we had Tesla as a target on this red box, but I was ultimately looking for the green box here. Now we closed above the 89 exponential, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a retest up to this area right above the red box here and maybe wick down. So I want to see it close above this resistance line for potentially consolidating and further upside. This is pretty strong resistance, so I wouldn't be surprised that we're not going to break it on the first try, but we'll keep an eye on it. I think I overheard that Arc Industries was buying a lot of Tesla around here. I wouldn't be surprised if being pretty bullish this entire time. Let's look at Facebook. Facebook's still within this formation here, so nothing to update there. Now we're getting a bit of a cross here on the daily. However, the price is below it, so I'm not too concerned about this yet. Now, because the price closed below the 89, we need a pretty strong move to get above it, but this is pretty weak. AMD looks like we are putting in a hammer and potentially going up to retest this breakdown. Keep an eye on that as well. Pretty close to 200. That was pretty technical. Google, we got our downside target. Basically looking for a 21 exponential on the daily, which we got. We closed above it. So it's possible we go to the 10 simple. But I can see this going down first a little bit. So keep an eye on that on the open. NVIDIA, nice hammer. Now, this is a bit of a throwback here. But I wouldn't discard it yet because if you recall from the weekly recap, I was looking at, do I have it here? Let me add it. So I was looking for Netflix. I was looking at Netflix play a while back, and I got this throwback as well. So I wouldn't discard it just yet. It looks pretty similar as far as formation. Yeah, even the EMAs are pretty similar pose right there. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on this as long as it doesn't break down below this. I guess you would consider a trend line at this point. I mean, I don't like diagonals, which coincides to around where the pivot line is. As long as we keep above that, I think we're okay. Walmart, we got to our target. Looks like we. I mean, I don't. This is not looking good though. Yeah, we're closing below the 200 on the daily. I can see a pop to retest the 200. Failure to get above it. This is not a good thing, but I was hoping for the price to come up to the cross, but it's just not. It looks like it's too weak for that. Is there anything in here of interest? No, not really. Okay. I mean, there's potential that it will come up here anyway. I'll leave my arrows here and we'll revisit on the weekly recap as this is too high of a time frame. Go back down to daily, BYND. I was still looking for a bit of downside, but this move was pretty aggressive. Let's see how far down we got. Okay, that's also technical. So it's possible we're done here. But because of how the market is right now, I'm not sure. It's a good sign that we bounced off the pivot line though. So because we're getting across potentially, price is getting pulled up to it. So keep an eye on it as well. Better resistance here. Somewhere around there. This one is interesting. But I'd be looking to, if this does come up higher, I'd be looking for around 160, somewhere around there. So let's put a white arrow. Oh, nope, not that. Too far. Okay. GME. This was also an interesting one. I was putting outposts in on my TikTok, on our TikTok, and just saying that as long as we're stuck in these the confines of this formation, we're okay. We'll be looking for another downside. But because of how aggressive this move was, even though I'm looking for a dead cat, it could be pretty profitable, but it'd be a selling point at that. So I wouldn't be surprised if this goes all the way to 150, but I doubt it. We're looking for more downside though. I'm looking for like 18 or even lower to like 8. That would be a buy. This one, I was looking for it to meet up to the 779 line, so resistance. Let's say we got there. We got a little bit of a pullback. Congratulations to those who took the puts or shorts. Looks like we're a little down on the pre-market. BlackBerry. BlackBerry got pretty close to our red box. That's nice. Let's see where those targets came from. Okay. I mean, it's possible we got a little bit more downside. So maybe pop up and then down again. Keep it on that. Alibaba. Wow. We got a lot. That was a pretty good bounce on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Okay, so it's not good that we're closing below the pivot line. We need to get above that. That's pretty straightforward, right? And Netflix. Netflix was to explain what's going on in NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, don't discard this yet. Yep. Netflix, do we have anything with this? It's just consolidating, it's just going sideways here. I think we got to go to much higher time frames. Yeah, I think it's going to go up eventually, but for now, it's just consolidating. Kind of making a bit of a rising wedge. I don't like those, but let's see what happens. Now, Bitcoin. So looks like we're retracing from that area. Going down to the daily. All right, I wouldn't be surprised if we get up to 10 simple. So I've been looking for a bit of resistance coming to 52, 53, somewhere around this red box. And I believe I was stating this earlier, either yesterday or the weekly, where on the daily, should be on the daily. Yep. All right, so on the daily, if we closed above the 21 exponential, we would be looking for a play of 21 to the 10 simple, and looks like we're kind of getting that right now. So the next tick, I would expect to see a little bit of downside and then pop up, and then we'll see. Failure to get above the 10 simple on a close is not a death sentence in itself, but it's not good. So, but I'd be looking ultimately to go down to low 40s. Okay, and one last look to SPY. So we're looking for a downside. Our target is pretty much met. And now we're going to throw back. So that's a pretty nice recovery. We closed above the 21 exponential, so I'd be looking for a 21 to 10 simple play. So maybe, actually, let me look at pre-market. We should have seen a bit of a downside here. Yeah, it's not enough. So maybe a pullback once we hit the 200, and then a bit of upside. But the point of the point is this. So we need to get above this top. Right now, it looks like we're just consolidating. As long as we can stay above the 50 On the daily, we should be okay, but this needs to be a point of hold. And then I can look for 400s on SPY. All right, guys, trade safely, and I will see you guys tomorrow.